Help. Help. The building is absorbing me. Oh no.
What? Good thing that rock was there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to My Thoughts On, and today we are going to talk about World of Warcraft, but specifically on the journey from level 1 to level 20, so as a free-to-play character in World of Warcraft. First things first though, I would like to read off and just explain the features that are given on the World of Warcraft homepage at this point. So it says, become a free defender of Azeroth and play free up to level 20. This much is true. Experience multiple classes and races and discover the hero that's right for you. Embark on an epic quest. Delve into perilous dungeons and begin exploring the vast and ever-changing world. And that's really about all there is on there. Now, you can look up online, and there are plenty of other people that give guides explaining what you can and cannot do. However, a lot of stuff has changed. Some of the class changes that have come through have changed. Some things were available and were taken away. I'm just going to share with you the different stuff that I know that I can do at this point, because I've played as a free-to-play character now for over a year. So, first, let's just cover the obvious ones. So, as you can see, you are capped at level 20. So I have plenty of level 20 characters. You can log in. There is no amount of time for a trial run. Normally during a trial you get to level 20 and then you have like a week to get to level 20, and then it just caps and that's all there is to it. Now with the game, you can play as long as you want as a level 20 character, which is very useful. There are several different tricks that I've done to make my livelihood a little bit easier as a level 20 character, but you have to remember that I have not started out as a free-to-play character. I originally had an account, and I get invites to come back to the game for expansions and events and stuff like that. So I did use a lot of nifty little tricks to get my character a little bit more decked out than he normally would be. That, and there was a special event that happened, but one step at a time. So first and most obvious, you're level capped at 20, so you cannot get any farther than that. You can keep doing quests. You basically get the experience converted into the silver or gold that experience is worth. So questing is still kind of useful, but that brings us to problem number 2. You're gold capped. You get gold capped at 10 gold. After that, any additional gold that you get disappears. So there's another couple tricks that I've learned to get around through that. Some people collect different items and then they use those to hoard their gold, so if they do have game time they can still use that, or at least, liquefy a material or something that they can liquefy so that they can sell it later on and get that amount of currency back. But again, hold that thought. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Let's talk about the main features that you have currently available to your character. Right, character pane. I'm going to use the buttons at the bottom because my key bindings are all out of whack and crazy, so you can see. I'm just going to go through each of these and just cover what you can and can't do. So character pane, you can grind reputation with different people. As you can see, I have moved a lot of the ones that I've gotten to exalted to inactive because I'm OCD as heck. And then you could farm reputation with a lot of different factions. You can still get the tabards and wear the tabards. There are some that you will not be able to get any reputation with though, because there's nothing that you can kill at that point, and once you've done all the quests, you've done all the quests. You can't get any additional reputation that way unless you're going to farm. So you can't get anything with like Shivermaw. Is it Shivermaw? Let's see here. Reputation, classic. Timbermaw, Shivermaw, Timbermaw hold. So you can't get anything with Timbermaw hold because as a level 20 character, I mean, if you can kill them on your own, you're good enough to kill stuff on your own in level. What kind of level is that area again? level 50 to 55 area. If you're able to do damage to the stuff in there and you want to farm them, by all means, go for it. Actually, I don't even think that even works. I think you have to get the preliminary quest. It would be a big headache to be able to start farming. Yeah, you have to get the preliminary quest now. You can't just start killing stuff and getting reputation with them. So yeah, you just can't really get reputation. So you're kind of locked in to what you can and can't do as a free-to-play character. But that's all stuff that only matters to certain types of people. The thing to keep in mind is that I am an overachiever. So I'm always trying to figure out how to get achievements as a free-to-play character, so if I ever go back, I'm able to still get a bunch of achievements. Now, that is something that's worth noting. You'll probably notice just from going through my achievement log, I still have a lot of the achievements, if not all the achievements that I had when I stopped playing. This is one of the benefits that you can have as a free-to-play character, is that you have all your achievements, and with those achievements, you have many of the unlockables. So, one being my mounts. So if you bring up the mount area, so that's over here, collections, you have all your mounts that you had on your account, so you can still access those. So I can jump on my fossilized raptor, I can jump on a chopper, I have my Traveler Tundra's mammoth. As you can see, I put it on my bars here. I got my turtle. I'm not going to go through all the mounts and be like, look at all the things that I've gotten. There are plenty of mounts, and you have access to all those as a free-to-play character that you would have on your main account, and that is very cool. But you need to have riding, so you got to get to 20, and you have to unlock riding, and once you get all that, you're able to access all of these. You also have your pet journal. Now, you'll notice that I still retain all the levels on my minis that I had. However, you cannot get into pet battles. So I don't think, yeah, unable to join pet battle queue. If we found a mini on the ground and right-clicked on it, it would not allow us to access that. I'll try to find one while I'm explaining the rest of the stuff. So you can't do mini battles, but you can look at all your mini pets, and you can collect new mini pets and new mini mounts. However, you cannot access your mail. So as you can see, you can't access mail at all. I don't have any mail in the mailbox right now. The notification pops up and just taunts me and says, "You'll never get it, Atratzu. You will never be able to get your mail." It's kind of sad, really. So, you also have your toy box, which you have all the little cool little things that you've collected. A lot of people that have been playing and are more current with their game will have way more items in their toy box than me. You also have your heirlooms. Your heirlooms will not be accessible unless you log into the characters that have those. You can buy them as a free-to-play character, and I can cover that more in another video probably. But as you can see, I have access to all of my heirlooms because I logged in recently, quote-unquote. Then appearance. This is a new one, and I don't know how extent this one is, but this seems to be character-specific. So you can change the transmog appearance of the different armor that you have collected on your character. Does not seem to be shared. So to demonstrate, you can't pet battle. You hear the sound effect, but you can't actually battle. The same thing goes for the pet battle quests and pet battle monthlies. You cannot do any of them at all. Kind of a bit of a bummer there, but that's just the way it is. So, character. You got your spellbook and abilities. This all shares the different... This shares the specialization that you take, so you can change specializations at will. So I can change to marksmanship or survival as a hunter. And FYI, I'm definitely a hunter main, so I will regularly switch between... I've got two different hunters, and I'll show a different hunter in a little bit. So I play a lot of hunter characters, but I did level up several other characters to 20 just to get the experience. There's a meta, and it changes occasionally, so if you want to be on top of who best to play as a level 20, look that up on your own. I'm not going to tell you because I don't care. I'm going to play a hunter because I really like the hunter abilities. Anyway, this all changes. You have access to the first talent tree, which you can switch between these three, only having one active, and then you have your pet. You can change how you want your pet to interact, whether it be switching it to ferocity, tenacity, or cunning. You can have two pets as a hunter. I know it doesn't really help much to talk about hunter perks when you're not a hunter, but hey, you can have two pets as a hunter, and while we're here, I'm just gonna go get some of my cool pets. So next up, you have the achievements. So we've already talked about this. You have all access to all your other achievements. You can earn them again though, so that's one of the cool things. So you can see I recently got the Dark Moon Dungeoneer by collecting all the items and turning them into Dark Moon Fair. You're available to do all the different events. I did do Stormwind Stockade, so you can get dungeon ones. I had these achievements in the first place. I just re-earned them. You'll need to forgive me. I don't remember where the Stable Master is.
What can I do for
Stable Master. I don't care where, just give me one. There we go. Alright, so you get all your achievements, and you can get new achievements, and so that is something to keep in mind, that you can get the holiday stuff, but you are capped at a certain extent. So let's just take our world events, and I know the love is in the air one. I'm capped on something. So, I cannot get Love Magnet. I don't remember what it was, but there was a certain item that I needed to get, and I can't get it because I cannot access the dungeon that requires you to be maybe 80 and higher, 70 and higher. You need to be a certain level to be able to access the dungeon. I also can't get My Love Is Like a Red, Red Rose unless a friend was to carry me into the dungeon, and I don't think even then it worked. I think we tried that. I have friends that still try to help me get all these things, so that's kind of one of the nice things about it. I have friends that still play WoW, so they try to help me out when they can. Tough Love, can't get it, but you can get... I thought I could get Lonely. Maybe I didn't get Lonely. I should have gotten it. Didn't get Pity the Fool. I'm behind. So I got Love is Dangerous. Got all these candy ones. Lovely Luck is on your side. So I got all these other achievements on this character, and you can see that by mousing over that. Then you've got your quests. So I'm not going to be able to demonstrate the quests because in my free time, I would just go and quest in an area. So I'd go off and explore and be like, I wonder if there are any quests here. And so I'd go quest. Here's one of those pet quests that you can't get. If you pick it up, you can pick it up, but then you have to abandon it. Otherwise, it just sits in your quest log and taunts you because you can't do any battles. So why even pick it up? But I quested all the stuff in actually... I don't know. Do we have any of the Lore Master stuff that shows? Okay, so Red Ridge Mountains was the last one that I did. Seems to be the only one that I could do. All these other areas, they don't give you quests. As a level 20 character, they will not give you quests to a certain level, so that is capped. So if you want to level up faster and you'd like questing, well, keep that in mind, I guess. Let's grab a couple of the rarer pets that I can demonstrate. So, of course, you have my favorite. My favorite being a dragon hawk and a chimera, however you want to pronounce it. And you can tame these as a level 20 character, and that's great. I went all the way up to Silver Moon to get myself a dragon hawk. It was quite the adventure. That's something else that I did. As a free-to-play character, I explored all of the Eastern Kingdoms. So if you want to go and do something crazy like that, you can do it. Certainly, tally-ho. It's doable. It was much easier for me, though, because I had access to all these different mounts. So I can use my water strider to run on the top of water, which makes it much easier to travel around whole areas. So if I wanted to get around here, I could just... Oh, I missed this spot. Oh, of course I missed this spot. This isn't actually for the achievement. This is for Cataclysm exploration. So I didn't go into Cataclysm area. Stuff one-shots you a lot as level 20 character. So be prepared to die a lot if you want to do that kind of nonsense. Now you will notice that I am in a guild. The thing about guilds is you cannot join guilds as a free-to-play character. But Atratzu, I hear you asking, how did you get into a guild if we're not able to get into guilds? That's a very good question, person who sounds a lot like my voice, because I didn't give it enough time to actually make a new voice for that. The reason is because I joined this guild, my friend's guild. I joined this guild on another character on a higher level when I still had game time, and then all level 20 characters after that were able to be invited into that guild. So this is a perk for people that have played and just a bit of a reward for those that have played. So you have to cough up some money and get into the game to be able to do something like that. So, you do have guild perks. I don't think there's much to say about the guild perks. You cannot access the guild bank. Let's try that really quick. I will go check out the guild bank while we're here. And I know you cannot access the guild bank. So, and you're also limited on your own banking as well. But since I had time, I was able to buy all of the different slots. So, I found ways to kind of weasel my way in to get even more out of a free-to-play character than you normally would be allowed to. Collections, adventure guide, that's all available. Where? Oh, where? Here it is. Dungeon, group finder. So you have access to the group finder. I just ran into a wall. You have access to the group finder. As you can see, you can go into dungeons. You can do random dungeon just like normal. You can do specific dungeons and queue that way. If you do random dungeon finder as a level 20 character, you might get in dungeons that you could theoretically do all by your lonesome, so do keep that in mind. You also can queue for player versus player. I have not been able to get any of these crates of battlefield goods yet, or honor. Been trying to because I thought maybe I'd be able to get the neck piece by getting honor points, but the queues are a little bit long, and I didn't feel like playing it, so I haven't really been doing that much with that. You can do war games. I assume you can do war games and pre-made groups, but you cannot actually invite other people to be in your party. So if I just walk up to this guy and I'm just like, hey, how's it going? Invite. Should not be possible to invite that person. Yeah, well, that person logged out, so there's that. Or did they log out? Let's invite this guy. Invite. Not seeing anything there. Also, you cannot whisper people. I'd like to ask if you're interested in my patented ... Dragon Hawk repellent. So then I can go to filtered and see that. So this guy cannot see messages that you are sending. You also can't yell. You can't access any channel chat. These are all features that I honestly forget that are even available in the game because I don't use them. So let's have a look at the guild bank really quick just to demonstrate you cannot access the guild bank. So right clicking on that, nothing you can do there. You can do the skill to summon the guild bank, mobile guild bank. But you cannot do anything with it once it is here. Can't even look inside it right now. So nothing you can do there. As far as your own bank is concerned, normally you're able to unlock only a few slots. I think maybe the first 3 or 4 slots. These other ones cost too much gold to get. Also, you wouldn't have netherweave bags. This is just because I had friends and because I had time. So you can also unlock all those. So if you joined the game and you had those unlocked in the first place, you would be able to access them as a level 20 character. So I can still log in and talk to my friends. That's basically what I used this for. And then I just did a bunch of side stuff to burn time while I was talking with friends. So that's pretty nice. There are a lot of interesting features that you can do. Let's talk about the profession stuff that you can do. So, profession-wise, you can change between these at will. You are capped at 100. As you can see, by having a pick or racial abilities, you can enhance it beyond that, but you are capped at 20. So you cannot get any farther. Capped at 20. Capped at 100. So you can't get any farther than that. So Journeyman, I got 115 because I think it's because I'm a Worgen, and Worgen get a little bit more to that. So there's that. Your cooking is capped at that. You can pick up recipes beyond that point, but as you can see, there's a lock sign that says not available for starter accounts. So conceivably, the best that you can make is this bear meat for buffs and stuff like that. And then even when the Thanksgiving and Christmas events come around, you're locked on what you can make in that category. Same for first aid, fishing as well, but you can keep getting fishing achievements beyond that, so even though it's capped at that. And then you have archaeology. Archaeology, you can learn it, but you can't do anything else with it. You can actually go to the areas and dig up the areas and uncover artifacts by surveying. However, last I checked, you're not able to actually interact with those and pick those up and put those inside of your inventory or whatever archaeology tablet. You can't use those any farther beyond that point. Other than that, I think that pretty well covers what you can do on this character. So I'm going to really quickly switch to another character on another server so you can just see what it looks like as a little bit of a different character. So I'm just going to switch really quick. So this is probably worth showing. You should probably know that you can reactivate your time with gold. If you have the gold on your character, so if you're actively playing World of Warcraft and you're just like, oh no, what'll happen if my game closes and I run out of game time? If you run out of game time, you will have this available if you have enough gold to spend it. On the other server that I was on, I did not have enough gold on all of my characters or on a character to be able to add 30 days of game time. But this is available, so at any point, if I want to, I can spend 95,000 gold to add 30 game days to my game. Not going to do that though at this point, just kind of not interested. However, that does bring to mind what you do when your gold is capped. Now, I didn't exactly explain what I used for when my gold was capped. What I do is I make ethereal thread. And I do that for a few reasons. Alright, so we only got 2 on this character, it seems. The reason you do ethereal thread is because it stacks and it's readily available. Now, sometimes for somebody who's new, you would need to go to a trade master and then buy it through here, I think. Oh, you might not be able to do that. Maybe you need to get rune thread or any other approximation. However, if you are like me and you've played World of Warcraft and you have your Traveler Tundra's Mammoth, you can go up to this guy and be like, hey, I'm going to buy this ethereal thread. And then you can buy the thread. That'll bring your gold count down. Then you can keep getting gold. And then when you get your game time back, you can trade all of this back for some amounts of gold. I believe that last time when I did get my game time, I did get about 100 gold of maybe several hundred of ethereal thread. So it is definitely worthwhile to keep that in mind. Also, I'm not a troll main character. I really should have been a troll main character, but I am not. I am actually a blood elf. Now, something that you probably notice is that there's a similarity in gear, specifically in the helmet and the gloves on this character. My other character had way more, but there was a special event that took place where you were able to get this fell chain armor as a free-to-play character. And that was only during the Burning Crusade invasion, whatever they called it, when the Demon Hunter came out. So whatever that expansion was, that was the event that you were able to get your armor for. Legion. That's what it was called. It was called Legion. Gonna check it now. Yep, Legion. I'd better just correct that now and make adjustments, otherwise I'm going to get judged by everybody and be like, well, you're talking about Legion. Yes, Legion. So, that is something to keep in mind, that a lot of free-to-play characters have gotten themselves a fair amount of gear just from being a part of that event. If you didn't, you kind of missed out, and you got to figure out where your best in slot gear is, how you're going to get access to it, what you can do. I don't think this character, this character has a little bit of BOA on him. So you have to figure out how you're going to get the gear. And for that, you got to find your best in slot stuff. I don't know what it's going to be for your class. That would be another video that would take a long time. And I'm not exactly an authority on twinking characters. This is definitely not a foreign concept. A lot of people twink at level 24 so that they can beat level 20s. Completely up to you on what you want to do. It is doable. You can do battlegrounds. You can do dungeons. You can get a lot out of your World of Warcraft account as a free-to-play character. Oh, it's also worth noting that you cannot play in an area unless you have that DLC. By that, I mean you cannot play in anywhere in Northrend unless you have Northrend available on your account. You can't go anywhere in Mist of Pandaria unless you have Mist of Pandaria on your account. As a level 20 character, you can conceivably travel to these places if someone is nice enough to open up mage portals to teleport you there, or you have some other method of transportation. So I can also get to other areas that normally you would not be able to access as a free-to-play character that just has the vanilla WoW core expansion, or whatever it is up to the latest content. So I can't go and do anything in Legion unless I have Legion available and there were teleports for me to get there. So that is something additional to keep in mind. So there's a lot that's available to you that you can take advantage of if you play as a free-to-play character. There's a lot that you don't have access to that will definitely be inconvenient. You're not going to be able to carry around as much gold. You are forced to work under a lot of constraints, and you're going to run into a lot of problems at not being able to continue leveling. However, for me, I just viewed this as a challenge, and I just wanted to keep playing, and this is how I fed my World of Warcraft bug. Now, there are many different reasons on why you might want to play as a free-to-play character. You might want to play as a free-to-play character because you don't have a lot of money. That's definitely part of the reason why I play as a free-to-play character. Or you might play because you don't have the time. This is one of the ways that I can stay in contact and stay a little bit relevant to my World of Warcraft friends by having a level 20 character in their guild and being like, popping on and being like, hey, how's it going, guys? You missed me? Meh. And just kind of, you know, I'm still around even though I'm not actively playing. And there's a lot of fun stuff that you can do as well. Like said, Blizzard made it available, whether they intended to or not, that I could participate in the Legion activity event that came through. If there's anything that I've missed that you think I should have mentioned as a free-to-play character, do leave a comment and let me know what I missed. I probably did miss something. I don't think I've missed any of the big details that I felt needed to be covered in this video. But thank you very much for watching, and I definitely could cover more on this type of topic if this is an interest to people. I can talk about what you can do during each individual holiday, because I've done each holiday and there's certain achievements you can get, and if you're into achievements, I'm definitely one of the people that you should listen to, because I'm very motivated by achievements. I'm one of the achievers. I'm an overachiever. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. My name is Atratzu, and this is my thoughts on free-to-play World of Warcraft.